The Grand Assembly of the Galactic Council had never witnessed such chaos. Delegates from 300 worlds sat in stunned silence as the massive viewscreen displayed the impossible scene unfolding on Xerion Prime. "By the ancient stars," whispered Ambassador Kelfar, his tentacles quivering with terror. "Is that human? Is she actually petting it?" confirmed Council Leader Zephys, her crystalline voice cracking with disbelief. "She's petting a Xerion Shadowbeast." Sarah Martinez, completely oblivious to the galactic audience watching her every move, scratched behind the creature's massive armored head. The beast, a nightmare of chitinous plates, razor-sharp claws, and bioluminescent death markers that had terrorized this sector for millennia, was purring. Actually purring. "Impossible," hissed the reptilian delegate. "Shadowbeasts are apex predators. They've wiped out entire colonies. Their neural poison can kill a Galornian whale in seconds. They fear nothing, hunt everything, and..." The creature rolled over, exposing its heavily armored belly to the human female. The council chamber erupted in panicked chittering, roaring, and the distinctive sound of several delegates fainting. "How did we even get here?" demanded the insectoid representative, compound eyes bulging. 3 hours earlier, Dr. Martinez had been part of a routine xenobiology survey on Xerion Prime. Her team had scattered when the Shadowbeast emerged from the toxic swamps, all except Sarah, who had stood perfectly still as the creature approached. "Look at those markings," she had whispered into her comm unit. "Stress patterns. Poor thing's injured." Her team had screamed at her to run. The orbiting council observers had prepared to witness another tragic human death. Even the rescue ships had begun charging their weapons. Instead, Sarah had slowly extended her hand. The Shadowbeast had paused, its 6 eyes focusing on this small, soft creature that wasn't running, that wasn't showing fear, that was making those strange, soothing sounds humans called cooing. "There we go," Sarah murmured, gently touching a damaged section of the beast's carapace. "That looks infected. Let's get you cleaned up." In the council chamber, Ambassador Vorthan of the War Clans stood abruptly. "This is clearly some form of human military technology. Mind control. Pheromone manipulation. It has to be." "Negative," reported the council's chief scientist, reviewing his scanners. "No technology detected. No chemical agents. She's using vocal tones and physical contact." "Impossible. Shadowbeasts respond only to aggression." On screen, the massive predator was now following Sarah around like a devoted pet as she treated its wounds with her basic medical kit. When she sat to rest, it curled up beside her, careful not to let its spikes touch her fragile human skin. "Perhaps," suggested a small voice from the back, "we've been approaching them wrong?" The chamber fell silent. The speaker was Dr. Nyth, a peaceful herbivore species that had been nearly extinct when humans first made contact. "Explain," demanded the council leader. "Humans," Dr. Nyth continued nervously, "have this concept called domestication. They've turned their planet's apex predators into companions. They call them pets." The word sent shudders through the assembly. "They live with creatures that could kill them," Nyth pressed on. "Creatures with fangs, claws, venom. Not just live with them, they love them. They bred wolves into dogs, wildcats into house cats. On Earth, the apex predators protect human children." On the view screen, Sarah was now playing something called Fetch with a creature that had single-handedly destroyed 3 Federation outposts. "By the void," whispered Kelfar. "What kind of species? What kind of death world produces beings that can domesticate anything?" The council leader stood slowly. "I'm beginning to understand why the human phrase, 'hold my beer,' sends chills through half the galaxy." As they watched, more Shadowbeasts emerged from the swamp. Instead of forming a hunting pack, they approached Sarah cautiously, almost hopefully. Within an hour, she was surrounded by a dozen apex predators, all seeking attention, scratches, and treatment for various wounds. "Motion to reclassify human threat level," called the War Clan Ambassador. From what to what? Asked the council leader. From moderate to never anger them, ever. The motion passed unanimously. Meanwhile, on Xerion Prime, Dr. Sarah Martinez was trying to figure out how to explain to her supervisors that she'd accidentally adopted 12 of the galaxy's most feared predators. They're just big sweethearts, she radioed back to her ship. Though I'm going to need a bigger transport, and about 3 tons of whatever they eat. What do Shadowbeasts eat? Came the nervous reply. Sarah looked at the creatures playing around her like oversized puppies. Everything, apparently, but they seemed to prefer belly rubs. The galaxy would never be the same,